This is Cat Chat on Y107.
When your kid's dream doesn't match the plan you built for them, what do? Susie and her husband spent the last 18 years saving for their son's future, and they've got about $200,000 set aside planning for college. And so this is a college fund. Mm-hmm. He's getting ready to graduate in May from CPS, and he decided that he doesn't want to go to college anymore. He's gotten a job at a small engine repair business, since he turned 16, and wants to use that money to open his own small repair business or small engine repair business himself now, which is awesome. I'm totally pro entrepreneur, but Susie's husband's like, no way. College funds are for college. So he believes that degrees will last forever, but this business can fail at any time, especially within the first couple of years. And so,
do degrees last forever, though? How many people are working in the field that they have their degree in right now?
I don't know very many.
Not many.
Susie sees it differently, though. She's like, we've saved this money to give him a good start in life. So maybe this is his start, just because it's not happening at the same way that we thought it was going to. And I love what Louise says on Facebook, Y107 Morning Show. She says she agrees with Susie. She would just make him take a business class of some sort online so he can start his business. There's other classes that he can take that are going to go directly to what he's doing. And then the hands-on stuff in that business area of starting this business is going to go with the hands-on that he does in the shop and that he's learned in the shop. I think that's really good.
Yeah. Avery's on the phone from Como. Avery, what are you thinking here for Cat Chat? What do you say to Mom?
Oh, man, Susie is in a bind. I could see both point of views, to be honest. I have a master's degree, so, I can't imagine not having a college degree this day and age, but I also understand the world is changing and skilled laborers are getting fewer and further apart. So their son might be onto something that could be a lucrative and great future for him. So what I was thinking, kind of like a mediator, what if they put a limit and did half, $100,000 for new business venture, and that's it? That's all that he's going to get.
Okay.
And that way, if and when he decides to go to college, he's got a boost. They're not going to do it all because they had a finite amount of money, but at least to get him started when and if, Dad's right.
This is Cat Chat on Y107.
Susie and her husband saved $200,000 for their son and for a college fund. And he's getting ready to graduate high school in May. Well, since he turned 16, he's been working for a small engine repair business. And that's what he wants to do. He's like, I don't want to go to college. I want to build my business. I want to start my own small engine repair shop. And they're like, Mom's like, yeah, that's awesome. Dad's like, nope, it's a college fund. You don't get the money. And Mom's like, what? And so she thinks that he should get the money regardless, whether it's starting a business or going to college, whatever he decides to do, because that's what the money was for in the first place. But Dad's like, businesses fail really quickly and very often, and so a degree is something he can take into the corporate world with him if his business were to fail. So how do you find the middle ground? Is there a middle ground to find? And
there has to be. There's got to be.
Oh, yeah, there definitely is. We've got so many suggestions on the Y107 Morning Show Facebook page. And Casey, I like what she said, because she's like, I am someone who's worked in higher education and I have an MBA. I'm on the mom side with this one. A college degree does not mean that you're going to make more money. It doesn't even guarantee that you'll be more successful. I know plenty of people who are successful without degrees. And then she says there are so many options that he can take. He can take classes at the Career Center. Mm-hmm. He can become a certified mechanic. And she's like, I commend his parents for having that much money saved up for him. That is so rare.
Yes.
Excuse me. And maybe they can invest in him and his business. Don't waste time and money on something that isn't there. Mm-hmm. Like them even being able to take that and not doing a college fund, but making it an investment that they put into it and them, making money off of it for him in the future. I'm a dreamer and a visionary, so my thoughts are just going all the way out there. Like if mom and dad make even more money for him by investing in his business.
Sure. And maybe it's not a 4-year college. Maybe it's state tech, and you do 2 years and they've got engine and mechanics and all that stuff, diesel program and all that. So maybe that's the option while he continues to learn and grow. I'd be very curious to hear what the guy that owns the shop that he currently works for, is he retiring soon? Is he going to buy that shop or wants to buy that shop? Or maybe he becomes part owner of that with the guy?
Right. I think it's
and
really
learns
smart.
from him?
Right.
As an apprentice?
He's got a mentor for building his own business right there. And also,
let him be your
have
Yoda.
the parents talk to the owner and stuff like that and the guys that work there and find out how is he doing? Is he capable of this at this time,
Yep. Let's see, Kevin from Como. What's your advice here, dude?
I don't know. For me, it's like, look, the money is for college. It's a very specific purpose. It's not just generic, like rainy day fund, save it. It's for college. They had a vision for their son. And I think that, look, if he doesn't want to go to college and he opens a shop, you can't force him to go to college, but let's just, I would say, look, this is for your degree or a down payment on a house. The putting it in the business seems way too risky.
Having some issues? Kat can help you out with the help of our listeners. Kat Chat starts now on Y107.
Raising kids is hard, especially when they're fixing to go out into the world on their own, after they graduate high school and go off to college or go out on their own, whatever. And so Susie and her husband are having a really hard time trying to figure out what they're going to do with this $200,000 college fund that they've got for their son. And he doesn't want to go to college anymore. He wants to start his own business. And they're kind of like at a roadblock trying to decide, do we give him the $200,000 or not? And it looks like we've got Tyler on the phone. Tyler, what wisdom do you have that we need really badly here?
I was going to say, as someone who's was in the labor force for the last 12 years, I personally just went to college or just started this year because it is very hard in the labor force. You can be successful, but it's a lot harder to do it that way. Going to college and getting your credentials definitely goes a long way. Mm-hmm. And if he's starting a business, he can always go to get a business degree. That way he has the knowledge of how to make his business thrive instead of trying to learn it the hard way and failing.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
I love that, Tyler, that you have that. You've already been there, done that, and then you just share that wisdom. That is what this is about.
Double check both ways, Tyler. I heard your turn signal on, so thanks for listening while you're driving. Appreciate the wisdom. Thank you.
So here's the thing. I'm going to give my final thoughts now, and then let's keep it going on Cat Chat for Susie, because she is so grateful for all of this. Sometimes our love for our kids makes us want to hand over everything that we've worked for. But legacy isn't just about giving to our kids, it's about guiding them. So regardless of how old they are, guiding them always in their lives. And so if the college fund was meant to build his future, it still can. You just have to use structure. If he wants to open a business, then treat it like one. Sit down together, create a business plan, decide if he's going to go to business classes, what he's going to do there, write down the goals, the costs, the steps, because I've said this, I will say this till I die. A goal not written down is just a wish. And you are, studies show that you are 42% more likely to reach a goal when it's written down and in front of you every day. So make a plan for how the money's going to be used, and then if it will be repaid if needed, and what does success look like to him? And then, this keeps it from being emotional and becomes educational. And I think that is where it's at for this family and everything. So the real lesson isn't about the degree or the dollars. It's about responsibility, vision, and trust.
What's the son's name? Do we know? Well, we don't want to say his name. We have a small engine repair. That lawnmower your dad gave me, after it got fixed somewhere else, the carburetor's still, so have him reach out. I'll be your first customer, dude.
Keep the
Fix
Cat
that damn
Chat going
thing.
now on Facebook Y107 Morning Show.